वसुदेवसुतं देवं कंसचाणूरमर्दनं देवकी परमानन्दं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुं नमोऽस्तु ते व्यासविशालबुद्धे पुलारविन्दायतपत्रनेत्र येन त्वया भारततैलपूर्णा प्रज्वालितो ज्ञानमय प्रदीपः Namo Namaha. Good afternoon, good morning, good evening from wherever you are joining. And last week we pushed through the 4th chapter of Bhagavad Gita. Bhagavad Gita, Mahabharata is regarded as the essence of all Vedas and Upanishads are contained in Mahabharata. The essence of Mahabharata is contained in Bhagavad Gita. So, Bhagavad Gita in an essence, it is essence of all Shastras are contained in Bhagavad Gita. And when you compare, look at Bhagavad Gita, essence of all 18 chapters are contained in the 15th chapter of Bhagavad Gita. So, it's if you know the 15th chapter, you can expand on Bhagavad Gita full 18th chapter. If you know the Bhagavad Gita well, you can expound on Mahabharata well. If you know the Mahabharata well, you can understand all Shastras. The Veda Vyasa thought Vedas are too hard for ordinary people. You have to be expert in Shastras, and those who do not have the opportunity to study Veda Vyasa brought out Mahabharata. Mahabharata is such a story in India also. People might not have read Mahabharata, still everyone knows about Mahabharata. Same is Ramayana. People hardly would have read Valmiki Ramayana or other Ramayanas, but still everyone knows Ramayana. It has gone so deep, like through the folk songs or stories, right from childhood, people are introduced to Mahabharata and Ramayana. The Mahabharata, last week and week before, I touched upon the 18 sections of Mahabharata for ease of understanding. Veda Vyasa, the Lord himself, incarnated to talk about himself. Nobody can talk about him better than himself. In 10th chapter also, in the 11th chapter also, Shri Krishna Arjuna says, nobody understands you except you. So, to write about himself, Lord Veda Vyasa incarnated to write about the story of Lord Shri Krishna. In Mahabharata, Veda Vyasa divided for the ease of understanding 100,000 shlokas into 18 sections. 18 is a spiritual number. 18 is a divine number. 18, 1 and 8. 1 and 8, 1 plus 8 is 9. Maximum highest single digit. And 18, Mahabharata has 18 sections, Bhagavad Gita has 18 chapters. Mahabharata war was fought for 18 days and with 18 battalions, and 18 Puranas are there. Purana 18, it comes through all around, and Bhagavatam has 18,000 shlokas. 18 is a divine number. There is a numerological significance. 18, 8 means in Sanskrita letters, kaka, gaganga, cha, cha, ja. Ja is the number 8. And in the other neutral letter yara la, ya is the first one. 1 and 8 becomes 18. 18 means ja and ya, meaning jaya. Jaya, there is a number and a numerology. The significance of a number, it is brought out here. Jaya means victory. Going through the Mahabharata, victory on your side, provided there is a dharma on your side. We will today talk about dharma Raja also. 18 chapters of Mahabharata, Vedavyasa divided into 3 sections. First 70 years of Pandavas divided in first 5 chapters. First 70 years in 5 sections. Adi Parva, Sabha Parva, Vana Parva, Virata Parva, and Udyoga Parva. Udyoga Parva, and it is said, and well-known fact, even in India, even if some places there is no rain for years, the general the method, the ancient people, they say, ask somebody expert to talk about, expound on Virata Parva. If you talk about Virata Parva, undoubtedly there will be heavy rain. Your drought will be broken. Because in the Virata Parva, any chapter for that matter, when reciting that one, there won't be any scarcity. Virata Parva, especially Bhimasena, and he killed Jimuta Vahana. A demon, Jimuta also means cloud. Killed. When he killed, there was a thunderous sound like breaking the cloud. There's plenty of rain. Jimuta Vahana. Bhima killed a demon, Jimuta also means cloud. There won't be any drought where Virata Parva is spoken about and expounded on that one. And the next 18 days of the war, 18 days of war covered in next 5 chapters. One is Bhishma Parva, where Bhagavad Gita is contained, and Drona Parva, Karna Parva, Shalya Parva, Soptika Parva. Shalya, I will talk about that one. Shalya, very noble person, but Duryodhana cunningly trapped him. So is Drona also good people. Drona, good person. Bhishma, good person. Karna, good person. Shalya, good person. If you make a mistake of associating with wrong people, what will happen? It is shown. Shalya was the brother of Madri. Madri is the second wife of Pandu. And Sautika Parva talks about the annihilation of Duryodhana. Last 36 years of Pandavas are covered in the next 8 chapters. Stri Parva, Shanti Parva, Anushasana Parva. Bhishmacharya expounds on that one at the behest of Yudhishthira on Shanti and Anushasana Parva. Rules. A king has to obey. A ruler, what are the things he has to do? And Shanti Parva, it's how to acquire the peace of mind in peace. Bhishmacharya expounds on that one. Ashwamedika Parva and Ashrama Vasika Parva, Mausala Parva and Mahaprasthana Parva. Mahaprasthana, Mahabharata reminds everyone, sooner or later, you have to go on the Mahaprasthana, highest of your journey. We talk about we are going to that place, this place, long weekend, we are going here, we are going to London, we are going there. These are all ordinary prasthana. There is a Mahaprasthana, the final journey. Final journey is called as Mahaprasthana. And we never plan about that one. We are so busy packing for our long weekend holiday. We are so busy packing for a day trip. We are so busy packing for one small holiday, but we never thought of our final journey. What should I pack? I am going. What should be in my pack? What should I carry? I never thought about that one. I don't want to think about that one. Many people say, I don't want to think about that one. What will be, will be. And it says, Mahaprasthana Parva, what you have to carry. You are so busy planning your trips, and but never thought about your final journey. And Swarga Arohana Parva, how to, the Pandavas, how they ascended to the heaven. In the Swarga Arohana Parva, it is covered in the last chapter. And Swarga means heaven, bliss, and ultimate joy. For me, I may think this is the heaven. This is the heaven, but there is a limitation. Suppose if I like a laddu, one laddu I can have, 2 laddu, 3 laddu, 5 laddu, and after that I get health issues. There is a limitation how much I can enjoy. Here, whatever enjoyment I have, there is a comes with other counteraction. Whatever I do, there is a limit how much I can enjoy. Beyond that one, this body won't permit. Swarga is that one. It is talking about you can enjoy unlimited enjoyment. But it's a Swarga also, it's a time bound. After that time, your quota is finished, you have to come back. There is another place called as moksha. It's a bliss to the core, to the peak, in no time bound. That is called as moksha. Swarga is the bliss and to the core, but time bound. Whereas in earth, happiness not to the core, limits, a bit of happiness and short time. Body rebels. And these 3 levels, Swarga Arohana Parva, Vedavyasa concludes the chapter with Swarga. Swarga Arohana. Why Swarga Arohana? I will touch upon that one next week again. And in the first chapter of Bhagavad Gita, Arjuna got into false notion and wrong judgment, and he started identifying himself with his cousins, his father-in-law, his uncles, his grandfathers, teachers, and initially he thought Arjuna means white and Krishna means dark. He thought I am white, Krishna is dark, he will do what I say, and he said, I want to see who wants to fight with me. He was so confident, and looking at them, Sri Krishna wanted to bring down his arrogance, deliberately positioned the chariot such a way that Arjuna got confused and got identified with uncles, grandfather, teachers, and cousins, and he said, why fight? What is the need of a land? I am happy with a bit of food. Better is begging. I will rather live on begging and go into the forest and live by that one. From outside, if you do not know the Mahabharata, it sounds very great, very lofty idea. But Arjuna had prepared well. He was a competent person. Like a person all ready for exam. In the beginning, in this morning, I had to go for exam. I start making excuses. What is the point in writing exam? What if I pass and get a job? I may be taking somebody else's job. Government anyway is giving dole. Why work hard? And I can live on begging. It is a similar excuses. Many people, they do not want to work. They take these excuses. For them, Arjuna's point is a reference point. Arjuna seemed to have a very convincing argument. In the second chapter, Sri Krishna woke him up. Klebhyamma smagam partha, not to think like an important person. You are a warrior. You prepared for this war. You are waiting for this one 13 years. You prepared, and at the crucial moment you want to withdraw. How silly it is that one. He talked about karma-yoga. You have to do the karma-yoga, and at the end of the second chapter, Yesha Brahmi Sthiti Partha Nainam Prapi Muhyati Sthitvasya Mantakalepi Brahma Nirvanam Richyati. Shri Krishna says in the end of the second chapter, when you have the equanimity, calm mind, serene mind established in this state, even at the last minute of your life, and doing the karma yoga, you will attain the highest. So, in the third chapter, Arjuna picked up the point. He was still thinking of his first argument in the first chapter. He picked up on, and he did not hear what Sri Krishna was saying completely. He talked about having got this knowledge even at the end of your life and acting. He did not hear acting. Krishna asked the question, Jayasi chet karmanaste, and you talked about knowledge is higher, then why are you pushing me into action? That is what I wanted. I want to go to forest and acquire knowledge. Close my eyes. Sri Krishna again had to tell him what karma yoga means. Karma yoga, what is inaction, what is wrong action, and what is selfish action, what is selfless action. And Sri Krishna, he expounded on that one, and and after hearing that one, and in the fourth chapter, Lord Sri Krishna talks about further on karma yoga. You must do the karma yoga with great aspiration. Goal should be highest. Brahma should be the goal. Your action also Brahma karma. You have to transform karma into jnana. You have to convert karma into jnana. Then it becomes a yajna. He talks about in 8 shlokas how to transform your karma into jnana. Karma is a bud. And as you are doing the selfless action, this bud, flower bud, slowly opens up into the fragrance. The petals have opened up with beautiful fragrance called as knowledge. Same karma get transformed into knowledge. He talks about that one in the 4th chapter, and towards the end, Shri Krishna talks about last week we touched upon yoga sannyasta karmanam jnana sanchinna samshayam atmavantam na karmani nibadnanti dhananjaya. Shri Krishna deliberately introduced another word, and yoga sannyasta karmanam, sannyasa. Shri Krishna introduced another word, sannyasa here. You are doing your action, renouncing all action. Deliberately Shri Krishna brought out another word, sannyasa, giving up all actions, offering it to yoga, and through the jnana, acquiring the knowledge, sanchinna samshayam. Then, acting, karma won't bind you. And karma won't bind you. Give up the sannyasa, through the sannyasa of all actions, in yoga, and through the knowledge, remove all the doubts. Karma no longer binds you. Karma no longer binds you. And Then the last shloka of that one, tasmat ajnana sambhutam hristam jnanasi atmanaham chitvainam samshayam yogam matishto uttishta bharata. In the last shloka, Shri Krishna says, tasmat, therefore, tasmat ajnana sambhutam, your heart is filled with so much of darkness, confusion, ignorance. You cut the ignorance buried deep in your heart with a sword of knowledge, and without any doubt, without any confusion. Yoga atishto, take shelter in yoga and get up. Get up. And Shri Krishna concludes that one. So he talked such a way that deliberately he paused in the threshold. He wanted a keen student to ask question. Deliberately he concluded his argument there in the threshold. Arjuna was in the first chapter itself. He was asking, should I run away to the forest? And I don't want to fight the battle. He argued in first chapter. In the third chapter again he asked. In the second chapter at the beginning he argued. And in the third chapter again he argued. Then why are you pushing me into, if jnana is superior, why karma? And in the fifth chapter, Arjuna asked the same question. His old problem was still lingering. He said, you said sannyasa, that is what I wanted in the first chapter. That is what I said. Sannyasa, you are talking about sannyasa. That is what I have been telling from the beginning. You are understanding now. You told sannyasa, yoga sannyasta karmanam, and give up sannyasa. That is what I wanted. And if sannyasa is, you say sannyasa is higher, then you are pushing me into action. I am totally confused. I think you are also confused. Arjuna says, I am very clear. I think he is talking to Krishna. I think you are confused. Right from beginning I am saying I want to run away. Now you are saying that sannyasa is higher than action, and you are pushing me into action. I am totally confused. And I am, Arjuna means white, Krishna means black. I want things in black and white. Don't confuse me. Be crystal clear in your argument. I want your argument in black and white, not to say such a thing that it may be this one, it may be this one. I want in black and white. Black and white, as the name itself says, Arjuna means white and Krishna means dark. I want things in black and white. Please enlighten. Arjuna uvacha. Sannyasam karmanam krishna punar yogam cha sanshasi yach etayor ekam tanme bruhi su-nishchitam. Nishchita means conclusively. Su-nishchita means very conclusively. You tell me very conclusively. Earlier you said jnana is higher, then you said sannyasa is higher. Nishchita, make up your mind. Su-nishchita, firm. You tell me firmly what I should. Su-nishchitam, tan me, tat me. You tell me. Tvam me, you tell me, me means me, bruhi, tell, su-nishchitam, firmly. Etayor, ekam, you don't tell me so many options. Ekam, tell me only one. Ekam, yach shreya, what will bring me good. Shreya means what will bring me good, tell me only one. Not tell, so this also good, this also good, this also good. Tell me only one. Sannyasam karmanam krishna. You talk about sannyasa, about giving up, sannyasa, relinquishing. You are talking about that one. Punar yogam cha shansasi. Shansasi means you glorify. Glorify, why? Last shloka, last word, last one. Uttishta Bharata. You asked me to get up. You asked me to run away, go away, and uttishta, and act. You are glorifying the karma-yoga. At the same time, you are talking about sannyasa. I am confused. Tell me only one, and what is good for me? What will bring good for me? Arjuna is a representative of all of us. He is not an isolated case. Arjuna is a representative of Nara. Nara means it's all the human beings or Naras. We do not have. Arjuna was blessed to talk directly to the Lord. He is representing all of us. He is asking on all our behalf, tell me only one. Bruhi su-nishchitam. Again, repeat after me. Sannyasam karmanam krishna.
Sannyasam karmanam krishna.
Punar yogam ch shansasi.
Punar yogam ch shansasi.
Yach etayor ekam.
Yach etayor ekam.
Tanme bruhi su-nishchitam.
Tanme bruhi su-nishchitam.
It's when in the fourth chapter, Shri Krishna says, Arjuna, Saka, he is a Bhakta and Saka. He is a devotee to the core, so also is a friend, close friend. Arjuna had a freedom with his teacher, freedom of a friend. At the same time, he was devoted to the Lord. He had the freedom without any hesitation. He was asking the question, not to question Sri Krishna, but out of humility. Out of humility, he was very frank with Lord Sri Krishna. His purpose to get the doubt cleared. That is the important thing, and he was not shy to ask questions. He was very open. Arjuna himself, an incarnation of Indra and Devendra, illumined soul. He, though is illumined in front of Lord Shri Krishna, he had more doubts. He was not shy to ask. He did not think, I am a Devendra, why should I ask? Shri bhagavan uvacha.
Shri bhagavan uvacha.
Sanyasa.
Sannyasa.
Karma-yogash.
Karma-yogash.
nihshreyasa-karavubhau.
Sa-karavubhau.
Tayostu. karma-sannyasat. karma-yogo. vishishyate. Sanyasa karma-yogash. nihshreyasa-karavubhau. Tayostu karma-sannyasat. karma-yogo vishishyate. Shri Krishna, again he says the same, and sannyasa and karma-yoga, cha means both. Sannyasa and karma-yoga, nihshreyasa-karavubhau, both are great. He says, ubho means both. Sannyasa and karma-yoga, shreya, both are great. And tayostu, therefore, karma-sannyasat, karma-yogo vishishyate. He is talking about sannyasa in the 18th chapter. Again, same argument comes in the 18th chapter. Sannyasa means giving up the hankering for the fruit of action is called as sannyasa. Arjuna, Shri Krishna defines sannyasa is not just changing the color of the cloth and running away from your duty. Running away, it's disowning your responsibility, it's not karma, it's not sannyasa. He says giving up the hankering for the result is called as sannyasa. What is karma-yoga? Shri Krishna says giving up the selfish desire is called as karma-yoga. Karma-yoga means in sannyasa and karma-yoga, action is involved. Nobody, in the earlier also it talks about, nobody can run away from the obligatory duty. In the sannyasa means giving up the hankering for the outcome. This is what I want. Karma-yoga means giving up the notion for selfish achievement. What is in for me? What is in for me? Give up that notion. Selfish action, give up the notion of selfish action. It is called as karma-yoga. Give up the notion for that this is what I want to see from my action, the outcome. That is the sannyasa. Sannyasa, Shri Krishna says, they are nothing but two sides of the coin. Two sides of the coin, and which side is important? Both are important, and in your this action, both are required. And that is why this fifth chapter is called as Sannyasa Yoga. In the previous one, third chapter, in second chapter, he talked about its knowledge part, sankhya-yoga, analytical with reasoning he talked about. Third chapter is karma-yoga, and the fourth chapter is called as jnana-yoga or jnana karma-sannyasa yoga. Fifth chapter he is talking about sannyasa yoga. Sannyasa yoga is nothing but giving up the hankering for the outcome of your action. Result. This result I want. So Shri Krishna says, everyone must become a sannyasi. Sannyasi, whether you are a householder or a renunciate, everyone must become that one. Jneyah nitya-sannyasi yona dveshti na kankshati nirdvandvo hi maha-baho sukham bandhat pramuchyate. Uchyate means says, that is what it says. Pramuchyate means prakrishta uchyate. Wise people talk about this one. Not ordinary talking, high talking. Jneyah again. Jneyah nitya-sannyasi. Yona dveshti na kankshati. Nirdvandvo hi maha-baho. Sukham bandhat pramuchyate. Jneyah, understand, he, that person is a ever sannyasi, always sannyasi. Jneyasa nitya-sannyasi. He or she is always a sannyasi, established in sannyasa. Yo, who is the one? Yo, na dveshti na kankshati. Doesn't hate anything or aspires for something. Doesn't, when I do not get that one and I start hating somebody who got that one. Na dveshti. and not particular attachment for the outcome. When I do not have particular attachment, na dveshti, there is no hatred in this person, no hankering, kankshati, nirdvandvo, there is no duality in that person, like duality like heat and cold. And some places extreme cold and some places extreme hot. Try to balance that one. It is a physical discomfort. In a physical level, it is too cold and too hot. If it is too cold, I start complaining. If it is too hot, I started complaining. Nirdvandvo, not to complain. And it's physical extremities. And mana, apamana. In the mental level, people may say, you are great. People start praising me in front, and our people can insult me in public. And it is in a mental level extremities, praising and criticizing. Not to get bogged down with people may be praising, not to get carried away by them, and people may be criticizing, not to get carried away. And another extremity, sukha, dukkha. Sukha, dukkha, in the people aspires for sukha, nitya-sukha, moksha. And in the spiritual level, I want always happiness. I don't want any suffering. And in the spiritual level, sukha and dukkha, another extreme. And be at the center. Not to hanker for moksha also. Moksha also. In a physical level, there is no craving. In the mental level, there is no craving. In the spiritual level, there is no craving. And jneyah, nitya-sannyasi. Understand that that person is an eternal sannyasi. Yona dveshti kankshati. Nirdvandvo hi maha-baho. Arjuna, Sri Krishna addresses Arjuna as maha-baho, a person who can take on lot of challenges in life. He addresses all of us to have big shoulders, strong shoulders, broad shoulders, bear the load of your life, bear the load, and not to crumble when extremities comes, hot, cold, praise or censure, or happiness or sorrow. And do not get bogged down. Have a strong shoulders and broad shoulders. Sukham bandhat pramuchyate maha-baho. And that person, one who is established, become a nitya-sannyasi, sukham, easily, bandhat, one who get easily unshackled. Bandhat pramuchyate. And that is what the wise people talk about. What is sannyasa? Sannyasa means jneyah nitya-sannyasi, yona dveshti kankshati, nirdvandvo hi maha-baho, sukham bandhat pramuchyate. Every shloka of Bhagavad Gita is revealing a great message for our life. How to lead a life. How to lead a life. How to lead a tranquil life. How to lead a stress-free life. Every shloka of Bhagavad Gita is giving a personal instruction. Everyone can relate to this one in our own level. Whatever is the situation, this message is relevant to every one of us. We think we need that one, we need that one, we are bound. So many things we brought it on to ourselves and we feel helpless. Sri Krishna says, how to find freedom in your life. How to find freedom. And it's a message, it's so great. And next one, sankhya-yogau, pratak bala, pravadanti, न पंडिताः
न पंडिताः
एकमप्य
एकमप्या
स्थितः सम्यग्
स्थितः सम्यक्
उभयो
उभयो
विन्दते फलम्
विन्दते फलम्
सांख्ययोगो
sankhya-yogau
पृथक् बाला
baala
प्रवदन्ति
pravadanti
न पंडिताः
न panditaः
एकमप्यस्थितः
ekamapyasthita
सम्यग्
samyak
उभयो
uvayor
विन्दते फलम्
vindate phalam
सांख्ययोगो पृथक् बाला
sankhya-yogau पृथक् बाला
प्रवदन्ति न पंडिताः
प्रवदन्ति न पंडिताः
एकमप्यस्थितः सम्यग्
एकमप्यस्थितः सम्यक्
उभयो विन्दते फलम्
उभयोर्विन्दते फलम्.
Understanding Bhagavad Gita makes it easier for you to learn Sanskritam. Our Yadunandana Acharya ji along with his team, they are teaching Sanskrita. When you understand Bhagavad Gita, learning of Sanskritam also becomes very easy. Sankhya-yogo pruthak bala, Sankhya and yoga. Sankhya, jnana, and those who are talking about jnana and karma-yoga are different. Those who are talking about sannyasa and karma-yoga are different. Shri Krishna calls them as balaha. They are childish. They are the child people and immature people. They say knowledge, jnana yoga and karma yoga are different. They are talking about sannyasa and karma yoga are different. Pratak bala na panditaha, but wise will not say that way. Only the immature people will talk about not panditaha. Wise people will not say this way. Ekamapya sthita samyag. Understanding that jnana yoga and karma yoga are two sides of the coin, sannyasa and karma yoga are two sides of the coin. Ekamapya sthita, establishing in one, in jnana yoga or karma yoga or sannyasa yoga and sannyas ubhayo vindate phalam. Establishing in one, you get a fruit of both. You get the fruit of both. If you think they are different, you lose both. Shri Krishna says, understanding the jnana yoga I mentioned in the previously, the karma, when your karma yoga, you are established in that one, as you are progressing in that one, it beautifully opens up as a flower with fragrance called as jnana. Karma yoga is nothing but transformed into jnana. It's part of jnana yoga. And the sannyasa I talked about, sannyasa, give up the hankering for the fruit of action, and karma yoga is the selfish action, move away from selfish action is called as karma yoga. And by establishing in one, you will get the fruit of both. And we covered 4 shlokas, and we will go through again first 4 shlokas. Arjuna uvacha sanyasam karmanam krishna punar yogam ch shansasi yach chhreya etayor ekam tanme bruhi su-nishchitam sannyasah karma-yogash shri bhagavan uvacha sannyasah karma-yogash
karma-yogash
nihshreyasa-karavubhau
nihshreyasa-karavubhau
tayostu karma-sannyasat
tayostu karma-sannyasat
karma-yogo vishishyate
karma-yogo vishishyate
jneyah nitya-sannyasi
nitya-sannyasi
yo dveshti kankshati
yo dveshti kankshati
nirdvandvo hi maha-baho
nirdvandvo hi maha-baho
sukham bandhat pramuchyate
sukham bandhat pramuchyate
sankhya-yogau prutak-bala
sankhya-yogau prutak-bala
pravadanti na panditaah
pravadanti na panditaah
ekamapyastita samyag
ekamapyasthita samyak
ubhayo vindate phalam
uvayor vindate phalam
vasudeva sutam devam
vasudeva sutam devam
kamsa-chanūramardhanam
kamsa-chanūramardhanam
devaki paramanandam
devaki paramanandam
krishnam vande jagadgurum
krishnam vande jagadgurum